Hello, this is Jack Neff, editor-at-large of Ad Age, and welcome to our latest edition of the Marketer's Brief podcast, our weekly discussion about marketing news and trends. Dr. Squatch has been around more than 10 years, but really made its mark the past 4 or 5. That's included a Super Bowl ad and building the largest social follower base among men's grooming brands. Annual sales are over $300 million for the direct-to-consumer brand, also sold through Amazon, Walmart, Kroger, and other stores. Behind that growth is a mix of humorous content, such as a thumb wrestling tournament, and a constant stream of natural products with unusual fragrances, such as eucalyptus Greek yogurt and grapefruit IPA. Throw in an endorsement deal with Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. Here to discuss how Dr. Squatch sets itself apart is its chief marketer, John Ludeke. Hello, John. Tell me about your career and your role now at Dr. Squatch.
Yeah, Jack, first, thanks for having me. Pleasure to be here. Started my career out actually in biotech, believe it or not, working for a small cap biotech company that focused on oncology products, running consumer marketing for them. After a couple of years, was looking to do something a bit more creative and went to work for Monster Energy, the beverage company. Was at Monster for about 12 years, initially working on the brand on the domestic side, and then moved over to the international business. I had an opportunity to work on and support a lot of the launches for Monster in Latin America and Asia Pacific, and ultimately relocated and was based in Asia for a little over 6 years, focused really on launching and building out the markets there and running things from marketing side. After that, decided to test myself in a new category and was looking to work on a product category that had a lot of potential to provide meaningful change for everyday guys, and spoke with the folks at Dr. Squatch and was excited about what they were working on and decided to join Dr. Squatch to really help lead things from the brand side.
Now, realizing you haven't been there from the beginning, tell me some about the history of Dr. Squatch.
Yeah, surprisingly, a lot of people don't know this. Dr. Squatch has been around for over 10 years now. It was founded in 2013 by our founder, Jack Haldrup. Jack had psoriasis, which is a skin condition that can lead to dry skin and other problems, and was looking for better for you personal care products to help solve his personal problem. So he was exploring a lot of different options, both in terms of dietary opportunities, personal care products, and so forth, and found a really incredible whole process soap at a farmer's market that helped his skin issue a lot, and was wondering, why is this product not available to a wider range of customers, especially guys? So decided to really build a brand and an organization around that. Over the years, we've grown rapidly, especially in the last 4 or 5 years. And a lot of that's been driven by fundamental change, we think, within the male customer base looking for better for you products. And we've really been able to focus on not only our cold process soap, which was our flagship product, but also development and launch of a number of different categories, everything being natural and better for you in the space of deodorant, lotion, hair care, toothpaste, and a lot of other options out there. Our goal fundamentally is, how can we inspire and educate men to be happier and healthier and offer better for you alternatives to every major personal care product that a regular guy might need.
How would you say Dr. Squatch is positioned against the rest of the men's grooming category?
Yeah, that's another great question. We really pride ourselves on being a little bit fun and irreverent and disruptive. And so everything we do is serious, but we try not to take ourselves too seriously. So our positioning is a little bit wild, a little bit wacky, a little bit out there. We like to say that we're naturally wild. Everything we do is pretty wild and disruptive, but the products are all founded in the natural space, and everything we do is with a natural ethos in mind. We also focus a lot on humor and comedy and using content style that we like to call edutainment. So how can we capture male attention and do things that they find funny and entertaining, but also while communicating something that's very educational in nature? I think a lot of brands that are out there, they tend to focus on personal care as being more of a commodity product and or a luxury product. Our effort here really has been to identify classic products that we think regular guys are going to purchase, and then how can we offer better for you alternatives? So the same way 20 years ago, most people didn't really care about organic versus conventional food. Now most people are probably aware, and a lot of people care, or craft beer versus regular beer. A lot of guys didn't care 20 years ago. Now a lot of guys do care about it, and craft beer has grown. we really see that within our customer base is that a long time ago, a lot of guys didn't really care about natural personal care products, but it's something that has really entered the mainstream to a certain extent, or at least that's what we're seeing. And so our positioning is really centered around that. So first and foremost, natural, pricing and availability that is designed to hit a mass mainstream audience to create the most meaningful and impactful change possible that we can. And then ultimately doing things that are serious in nature, but fun in tone and approach.
The category as a whole tends to be pretty serious, and arguably some of the brands take themselves pretty seriously. Does that help you in terms of taking a humorous approach to differentiate?
Yeah, I think for us, it's more about understanding what does our audience want and how can we really offer that to them. And from my perspective, the mistake a lot of brand marketers make is assuming that people just inherently care about what you have to say, or that you can win by finding a way to locate them and just hitting them with messages over and over again. So what we've really focused on is how can we deeply understand our customer base, and not only, how can we use that to get messages in front of them that are going to help sell products, but ultimately how can we add value to their lives? And we focus primarily on, platforms that allow us to have a two-way conversation. So not only are we trying to educate and inspire and to entertain, but we're also really constantly trying to learn from and to listen to our customer base. So I think one of the pitfalls for a lot of brands is if you take yourself too seriously, you're not really able to meaningfully connect with your customer base. And part of our success really is that we're constantly trying to find ways to better service our customer base and to really add value to them. And that stems, I think, from a fundamental approach that we try to do, again, great work. I mean, we're arguably the single largest donator of soap in North America. We own and operate the largest cold process soap manufacturing facility in North America, based in Brea, California. We adhere to really high natural standards, but we try to focus on delivering that in a way that is more approachable and that regular guys will be able to connect with and resonate with.
What are some of the best, I guess, funny things that you've done? I guess I think of the
Yeah.
thumb wrestling partnership with Alex Honnold, but there's probably a lot of stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot, and we have even more coming up in the future. A lot of what we do are just things that we find entertaining, or we work with people who we admire and we really appreciate and value what they've been doing. Our focus is not on carpet bombing approach from a brand perspective. We're not trying to spam people with ads. We're not trying to win via that method. So what we're always trying to do are to find funny ways that we can create content that entertains our audience. I think our focus really has been on using that entertainment to connect with them in a clever, fun way so that we can then impart some sort of educational message that will help them understand the benefit of the products, the benefit of natural, and ultimately they'll make a switch to what we do. So part of our ideation process also stems from the fact that personal care for men is pretty low emotional engagement. I mean, most guys don't really care about their soap. I was similar before joining Dr. Squatch. So you look for a 20-in-1 product that you can brush your teeth with, you can wash your body with, you can wash your face and your hair with, and you don't care that much. And often soap and a lot of personal care products are considered commodity products. So it can be a race to the bottom in terms of pricing. So what we really tried to offer is this idea that we're not selling a commodity. We're selling something that we believe is genuinely better in a lot of different ways. But in order to get that message across, we have to find ways to entertain, because the category behavior is so habituated that most people aren't really paying attention to it. If we were selling sneakers, if we were selling cars, if we were selling phones, people often really care about those categories and they're emotionally invested. So you know that they're going to invest time and energy discovering new options and really deciding carefully what they want to buy. But for soap, especially, behavior is very habituated, as mentioned. A lot of times in the retail space, for example, the men using the products aren't actually the ones purchasing. It's someone else buying for the household or buying for them. And so in order to cut through and to get people to pay attention, we focused on really leveraging that disruption and that entertainment value via campaigns or concepts or people that we just think are really fun or exciting or entertaining and that we're interested in working with. So the Alex Honnold campaign was exactly along those lines. I mean, Alex is transcendent personality within climbing and outdoor sports in general, just a really good guy and someone who focuses on health and fitness in order to perform his best. So finding a clever, fun way to convey that to people we thought would just be really compelling. And Alex is someone we were excited to support.
You say it's a low involvement category, but I was looking at a TikTok video that I think a guy did about his Spider-Man soap running down and trying to make sure that he laid in the supply so that he would have it forever. And, kind of funny, but obviously, he was very much into it. And I was wondering if entertainment property tie-ins like that is something that helps to get people out of that low involvement mindset.
Yeah, 100%. We have a lot of great partnerships with Disney, with Warner Brothers, with Microsoft, with Blizzard Activision. And part of the ethos there is we know we have great products and that when people use them, they like them. And we also know that our customer base is really passionate and interested in a lot of different genres or pillars. So what we try to do is, in addition to a lot of the new core scent innovation that our product team develops and we launch, we also focus a lot on how do we find IP or content or partnerships or genres that our audience is really interested in? And how do we bring that to life in the shower experience, which is really unique and novel? And the way to do that, for us at least, is we never really focus on doing things as a sticker slap. So we'll never just put a logo on something. We really try to make sure that we work deeply with the partner and that also we truly understand what our customers and our fans love about that IP and how can we do something that's truly compelling and custom and unique so that when they're using that product in the shower or they're using it in the bathroom setting, it helps bring something they know and love to life in a unique and different way than what they've been used to. That also lends itself very well to what we focus on from a positioning standpoint is our product is not just a soap that you use to clean yourself or a deodorant that you use to help yourself stay fresh. We also focus a lot on this idea that those moments can be joyful or satisfying experience. The same way that if you buy an expensive latte or again, a beer, perhaps you're going to enjoy that and it adds emotional value in addition to the functional value of helping you be full or helping you be energetic. We focus a lot on creating these customized experiences that help provide a different approach to the personal care and the shower experience, whereby we're able to bring these different universes and worlds to life via these third-party IP partnerships that have been very compelling for our audience base. And what that's really helped us do, I think, is endear us to our customer base more and also gives us an opportunity to reach out to new customers that maybe aren't familiar with Dr. Squatch, but are big fans of, say, Star Wars or Spider-Man or some of the other IP that we've had such a pleasure to collaborate with.
I think you've had a partnership with Justin Herbert, the Chargers quarterback, for more than a couple of years now. How has that worked out for you?
Yeah, we've worked with Justin for a couple of years. It's been great. I mean, Justin is, he's a franchise quarterback. He's an athlete who needs to perform his best, and he's just a really good guy. So Justin for us is someone that we admire. We're based in Marina del Rey, California. Justin plays for the Chargers, so it was a natural fit. Justin uses our products. He loves the products. And again, he's looking for any edge he can get from a performance standpoint to make sure that he's feeling, looking, and performing his best every single game day and every practice session. So we've had an ongoing relationship with him. We even did a very limited run of Herbert Fresh products, which was a unique package of one of our top sellers called Fresh Falls. And overall, it's been great. I think when you look at what do guys really enjoy, football is always going to be one of them. And sports in general, it's something where you're getting sweaty, you're getting dirty, and you need to clean off. So it's been a natural fit, and Justin's been really a fantastic partner so far.
You don't do a ton of TV, but I think you did one Amazon Prime Thursday Night Football ad with Justin, and you did a Super Bowl ad about 3 years ago, which I think may have been before your time with the brand. I was just wondering how the Super Bowl worked out for you, and I'm assuming you're not going to be back in the game, but any thoughts about coming back for a Super Bowl ad?
Yeah, we would love to. I think part of the challenge for us is when you look from a budgetary standpoint, the Super Bowl investment these days, it's a lot. So if possible, we would love to be able to do more of those, but we always have to be pretty cautious about where we're deploying those brand or performance resources because it can pretty quickly kind of eat up budget that no longer allows us to do something else that maybe we're really excited about. So, football in general, to your point, we were active with Thursday Night Football with Amazon. We thought that went really well and allowed us to leverage the Justin Herbert relationship in a meaningful way. We did do the Super Bowl ad 3 years ago, which I think was a great way for us to help kind of showcase that we were here and that we were really a force to be reckoned with, especially in the natural product space. So we would like to do more, but I think anyone in marketing right now is pretty careful, especially if you're a challenger brand or if you're working with a brand that doesn't have infinite budget and very deep pockets to do a lot of that. You just need to be mindful about where you're making those investments. And so selectively and strategically, we do still deploy those and we find value in them. But a lot of what we focus on are channels that allow us to have a closer relationship, perhaps, with our customers and really a two-way conversation rather than something that's going to be a bit more one way and a bit more directive.
Your scents are pretty offbeat, and you come out with a lot of new products for I think a brand of your size, which I believe is around 300 million annual sales. Why does it work to come out with things that are kind of off the beaten path for the industry and just to come out with so many new products?
Yeah, I think twofold. One is a lot of the scents that have historically been used in personal care don't really mean anything. So it'll be scents like Rapid Rush or Fresh Cool, things like that that don't really connote anything that actually is meaningful to people. And also, when you're focusing on naturalness and usage of natural ingredients, most of those don't really exist in nature, and it's not something that people understand. So for us, we've found a lot of success in just finding scent profiles that guys really like and offer them a unique shower experience. Because at the end of the day, people, I think, are looking for staple scents. So scents that they know and love day in and day out and that they can use on a regular basis. But also novelty is important, especially these days. Twofold, probably. One is the novelty allows people to have varied experience, which for younger consumers, perhaps more so, is something that they really focus on, is this idea of unique experience and ways of experiencing things differently from time to time. The same way people like to try new restaurants or new beverages. New soap scents for us has been something that we've been able to really use to help, again, endear ourselves to our customer base more and to share things with them that maybe they didn't know about before. And then second to that is, as a brand who really prides ourselves on naturalness, we want to make sure that we're finding unique ingredients in nature and that we can be a brand that people can look to learn about some of these new ingredients that they may not have known about. And so if all we were going to do is to sell or to market the same scents everybody else does, it's not really unique. I mean, if you sell an orange scent, people are going to have in their mind the best orange scent or the best orange juice they've ever had, and you'll be measured relative to that. So a lot of what we focus on is, yeah, we want to make sure that we offer the staples because that's what a lot of customers are looking for. But we also want to make sure that we're helping to be a tastemaker and to help create these unique and varied experiences that allow us to help create a customer journey that brings people perhaps somewhere they didn't expect. And for a lot of people, that's pretty exciting. And they really enjoy getting a chance to try and to smell and to experience something new.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what sport smells like. It's a scent
Yeah.
that exists in the industry, but I have no idea what it's supposed to smell like a locker room. I just don't know. So it's
Yeah.
good to see not to see a brand that doesn't have a sport scent.
Yeah, I think a lot of the idea behind that is if you say something smells like an ingredient, then there's an expectation that it really smells like that. If I tell you it smells like sport, then I don't necessarily have to do a good job of creating a natural scent because it smells like sport. So you don't have a frame in your mind of what you expect it to smell like. So you experience it for what it is, which that's a strategic approach. But for us, we try to, instead of going down that route, we actually try to find great natural fragrances and great natural essential oils that we can actually use to do something that is going to be very compelling. So it's a little bit more work, I think, from our product team, but they do a fantastic job of sourcing different options and making sure it's a really great version that's going to help bring that to life.
And then it does hold you to a different standard because you do have to have it smell like what you say in that case, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think it's harder to do, and you got to put more time and energy into making sure that you're finding things that are really unique and interesting and that you're using high quality ingredients that smell like what you say they smell like. So perhaps for other brands or organizations, it wouldn't work that well. But for Dr. Squatch, given our product and ops teams hold themselves to such a high standard, they do a great job. And we have a huge portfolio of scents that we could use. There's so many that we have a list of things we would love to do, but just we don't have time to do it right now.
What's your most popular product or hero product, or is there one? Is it more just about churn and novelty?
Yeah, it's definitely the soap. I mean, the cold process bar soap is still the number one category for us. Our deodorant is number two. I think, we've really been a disruptor in the soap space. Bar soap was kind of boring and stale, especially if you go to a store. Bar soap's always on the bottom shelf. You're buying 6, 8, 10, 12 of them at a time. You don't really care about it. You just buy what you're used to. But we're able to sell single bars of soap. We have, prominent spot on the shelf. We're able to get young consumers to buy bar soap again, which historically they wouldn't do. So for us, we've been able to really be a leader within that space, and that's still our flagship category. Natural deodorant also has been really great. I think a lot of people are aware of the benefits, perhaps, of natural deodorant now, so they're looking for those alternatives. And we've been able to offer a male natural deodorant that people just love. In addition to that, we've got a lot of other categories as mentioned, but it's definitely going to be the cold process soap is what people still love the most.
We talked some about the Super Bowl and TV, but that's not really the bulk of what you do from a media standpoint. What does tend to work best for you? What moves the needle?
Yeah, we want to have the closest connection possible with our audience. And so we focus primarily on social media. So we leverage advertising on social media via the primary platforms. So Meta, ByteDance, Google, basically where are our customers enjoying content and where can we reach them? But perhaps more importantly is also where can we listen to them? So we're the number one most followed men's personal care brand online. We're the most engaged men's personal care brand online. And part of that, I think, is we invest a lot of time and energy into creating material that we know is going to be entertaining, but also in listening and responding and talking to our customers. So those platforms become pretty valuable because we learn about new trends, we learn about new products, our customers will recommend them to us, and we really listen. And some of the stuff that we develop, quite a bit actually, is directly based on feedback that we get via those channels. So not only does it allow us to get information out there via the advertising, but it also allows us to listen, and to really react and to create things that perhaps our customers aren't telling us directly they want, but through those conversations, we learned that maybe that is what they want. So the same way, I think Henry Ford famously said, if you had asked people what they wanted, they would have told you a faster horse, not a car. So we really try all the time to listen in a way that allows us to understand what could we be doing better to create innovation from a brand, a product, a performance side that is going to be something that maybe they didn't know they wanted, but they're really excited about when they see it. We also still deploy TV, and we've got some billboards running, not a ton, to be frank. We find that as a way to help drive more top of funnel. So if we're focused on broad awareness and we're focused on consideration, those have been good for us, especially as we go more omni-channel. But our primary focus is still really on more of the direct engagement opportunities.
I think the most followed men's personal care brand is no small thing. I mean, there's some pretty well-established brands that have pretty good social media presence. How primarily did you do that? Is it the entertainment value of the content?
Yeah, I like to think so. I mean, it's a combination of the entertainment value of the content and also the great work that our performance team does. But if you look at our TikTok platform, for example, we've grown over 250% in the last couple of years, and almost all of that's been organic growth, which we're really excited about. So again, we focus on knowing our customer base. And you look at, like, guys, myself included, we're not creating a ton of UGC. So I'm not posting a lot or doing a lot of dances or creating a lot of stuff for social, but we consume a lot of content and we like certain things. And so we focus on how can we create that material that we know our audience is going to enjoy. So if you look at our socials, I think what's unique about it is we don't do a ton of product posts. We do some, but it's not an account where you're just going to get spammed with soap images or soap messages or shampoo images or things like that. Most of what we do, it's focused on things that we think our audience and our customers, maybe they don't even buy our product, perhaps. Maybe they just enjoy the content that they're going to find funny. It'll be entertaining and it'll add value to their lives.
What's the role of AI for Dr. Squatch at this point?
Yeah, interesting question. For us, I mean, we've used AI via the Meta platforms on the ad side. So it's our performance team, which is led by actually a different group internally. They've really been focused on how can we use AI to provide our customers with more relevant material. So we try to use it in a way where we're able to better find the right people for the right messages. We've not used it really to create our content, to create our names, to do things like that. We still do most of that, almost all of that in-house, the old school way, by working together on creative ideation to come up with things that we think are going to resonate. Certainly, marketing in general, it seems like AI is going to become more and more prominent over time. So I assume it will for us, but right now it's pretty limited more to, getting material in front of the right people via the social platforms we work with.
Well, great. I think that's about all the time we have for now. I'd like to thank you again for being with us, and thanks for the interesting conversation and insight.
Well, yeah, thanks, Jack. It was great to be here. Really enjoyed talking with you, and hope we can do this again.
That was John Ludeke, Director of Marketing for Dr. Squatch, and I'm Jack Neff, Editor-at-Large of Ad Age. I'd like to thank our producer, Lauren Ciardio, and invite you to subscribe to the Marketer's Brief podcast on your favorite player.